As a guy who played offensive line and has a strong appreciation for the big uglies, it's time to give these guys their flowers. Show them some appreciation. They never get the attention that they really deserve, and, well, they do all the hard work. Moving guys around, making sure that QBs are protected, making sure our running backs get in the end zone whenever there's a fight. We're the first ones to clean it up. So let's give them their flowers. Welcome to Off the Bench, episode 36, all on the line. Let's get to it. What up, what's good, what's happening? It's your boy Big Herb here, and welcome to another episode of Off the Bench. Guys, we're on the road to 500 subs, so be sure to help me out by hitting that like, share, and subscribe, and also that bell notification. So this way, whenever I post something, you'll be able to go ahead and watch. So starting off, guys, there's some big news in the NFL. And because it's special to me because when I did play the game, I actually was an offensive tackle. And I love the fact that I get to celebrate the offensive line because these guys do so much for the team, yet they get very little credit. Whenever you see guys like our Jaden Daniels, or you see guys who played the game and is one of the best in the league, they rarely get the opportunity unless you're somebody like Trent Williams, who's just that damn good that you have to go ahead and put him up there. Well, this year, the NFL looked into this and made sure that they gave the offensive line its flowers this year. Because starting in 2025, the NFL will debut a new award called the Protector of the Year to honor the league's best offensive lineman. The award will be presented at the NFL Honors and recognize unsung heroics of the offensive line who often are overlooked in the highlighted driven nature of the sport. A panel of former offensive linemen will select the award for the winner, which I am appreciative of because you don't have these, and I'm even saying as far as this because I'm a podcaster, you don't have these people in the media who's actually just always just looking at stats and all that stuff. They're not the one that's picking the guys. I like the big uglies to make sure that they go ahead. Guys like Andrew Whitworth is part of this voting staff. Guys who played the game, played in the trenches, knows what to look for. They understand as far as like, hey, if a guard is messing up on, but I'm one of the premier tackles in the league, then yeah, I want somebody to look at that. If I get a sack because I'm that's in my stat line, but the quarterback was holding on to the ball for too long, yeah, I need to go ahead and get credit for the fact that I held my own for 5-6 seconds and the quarterback just couldn't find a way to get rid of the ball. So yes, I'm glad that the offensive linemen are making the votes for this one because they deserve this. They don't get a lot of publicity, and I'm glad that they're finally getting it. But moving on to another offensive lineman who rightfully so got every single thing that he deserved. Josh Connolly Jr., our first round draft pick in this year's NFL draft. He signed a 4-year, $15.68 million rookie contract. The deal is fully guaranteed, and the contract includes an $8.04 million signing bonus. And he also has the 5th-year option for the team if he makes it out that far and does really well. Me personally, I'm happy for the kid. He deserves it. Honestly, he should have went top 10, but hey, he fell to us, and I'm not going to complain about that because we needed all the offensive line help that we can get, and we got it. And also, one of those guys that we did pick up this year before the draft and during free agency, we traded for Laremy Tunsil, who ironically is looking for a new contract. And because he has a 2-year deal right this second, currently can go void by next year. he's looking for a new contract. And rightfully so. He's one of the top offensive linemen in the game. Definitely a top 3 offensive tackle in the league. We're not even going to sit there and sugarcoat it. This guy is a premier left tackle. And because he's only 30, we can actually have him for a long period of time. And he deserves to be put on this to get paid. Me personally, just looking at it right this second, over the cap, says right this second, he's making $75 million a year. I'm sorry, $75 million throughout his contract. And he's averaging $25 million a year. The top offensive tackle at this current time who's getting paid the most, Trent Williams, deservedly so. He's making $27 million a year. He and I'll even put the numbers up on here, as you can see right now. He's currently number 3. He deserves to get paid more. I mean, he's been since he's been with the Texans. He was drafted by the Miami Dolphins. Played pretty solid and everything while he was there. By the time he got to the Texans, and I believe the 4 years that he was there, he's been a Pro Bowler every single year. That offensive line that he's dealt with the Texans was ass. Let's just call it what it is. It was booty, and he was the best person. He was the best offensive lineman on that team. And we got him, and we didn't even have to spend a first-round draft pick on him. Now, granted, we did spend multiple draft picks on him for it, but we didn't have to spend a first-round draft pick because that's going to mortgage our future. And shout out to AP for that because, I mean, rightfully so. He needs to get paid. And, I mean, we're not going to sit here. You're not going to get me over here, especially me, because I have nothing but love for the offensive linemen. They need all the help that they can get. They need to get paid. First of all, if you're playing in this league and you're a premium player, you need to get paid. You need to get paid, period. But especially, I'm a ride for my offensive lineman. So yes, Laremy Tunsil deserves to get paid. I'll even go as far as this to say he needs to be the top paid tackle in the league. And it's what the fair market is. The market says that he deserves to get paid, so pay him. And here's the thing, he's 30 years old. You can go ahead and pay him now. So by the time he is like, I say give him a 4-year deal. So by the time he is 34, you can go ahead and say like, yeah, well, we're going to go ahead and maybe switch you to the right side or whatever the case it may be. You can go and do that. But right this second, he's a premier left tackle, and you need to pay him as such. Because offensive tackles, they actually can play until like they're 40 years old, if they're that good. Maybe you can go ahead and get them to retire by like 35 or whatever. But usually, if they're that great like Andrew Whitworth, they could play into their 40. Somebody like Trent Williams, they're going to be playing to their 40 because he's just that damn good. But moving on, the person who they're protecting, I want to send a shout out to him because PFF, Pro Football Focus, for their 2025 QB ranking, they ranked JD5 as the number 6 quarterback in the league. And you had guys like our MVP, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow. They listed out the top 4. Coming out of the top 5, they had Jalen Hurts. No disrespect to Jalen Hurts. I actually do. Contrary to me being a Commander fan and he being Eagle, I think he is rightfully deserved to be in the top 10. I am a fan of his as actual quarterback. I can't my fandom won't allow me to be like, yay, go on Jalen Hurts. Yeah, I can't do that. I'm a Commander fan. I hate the Eagles. But I will give credit to when credit's due. He is one of the best quarterbacks in the league. But it's also saying, as far as it's the production, that the people who's around him who makes him better. JD5 in his first year took a team with no talent, with very few talent, and took them to the NFC Championship. He's a top 5 quarterback in this league. I don't care what you say. Argue with your mom. You're not gonna get an argument out of me saying that he's not he needs to be a top 5. PFF, I understand him. Jalen Hurts is a quarterback who just won the Super Bowl, but he also had a great team around him. JD5, if you put JD5 on the Eagles from last year, they're going undefeated. I'm just going to be honest with you. He was that damn good last year. So, but it is what it is. But I will go ahead and say this too, that JD5 was the top QB in the all under 25 team. And with that it was also from Pro Football Focus. They listed their top players at 20 at the under 25 team. And JD5, he was the top quarterback, but he was the number 4 player. And the people who were ahead of him is offensive tackle from Detroit Lions, Penei Sewell at number 1. Rightfully deserved, because a lot of these guys, the guys who were in front of him, have played multiple years and have been multiple Pro Bowlers in their right. So I have to give credit to them. You're not gonna get me to diminish their skills. Puka Nacua at number 2, wide receiver from the Los Angeles Rams. Number 3, Kyle Hamilton from the Baltimore Ravens, safety. And number 4, JD5. So give credit to the 3 guys ahead of him, but if I'm going to go ahead and say, I think that JD5 is deservingly higher. I'll even go as far as just say top 3, because I think as talented as Kyle Hamilton is for the Ravens, he ain't JD5. Let's keep it a buck. He ain't. But it is what it is. I'm not going to argue with it, because we didn't even have this type of quarterback ever in the life of PFF. Let's keep it a buck. JD5 is electric, and he's great, and I'm glad that he's just in the conversation. So yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. So with his talent, he's also showed that, hey, I need to work on my durability. JD5 been hitting the gym, and I mean, just look at this picture. My man been really hitting the gym. He's working on not just his game, but he's also working on his health as well. He's got to work on his durability. He bulked up. I mean, the boy he's hitting them weights. Me personally, I can't wait to see what it's gonna look like. I know a lot of people are gonna go ahead and say like, well, you don't want him to put on too much weight because it's gonna take away his speed. Nah, the NFL has the right team around to go ahead and make sure that they put these guys at peak top form. And if anything, it showed you last year, our training staff is bar none one of the best in the league. I mean, you got guys like Zach Ertz in his 14th year to come out and not miss a game last year. And I mean, he was written off the year before. So let's keep it a buck. I mean, come on. He's this team knows exactly what they're doing, and I don't think that he's gonna that JD5's gonna fall off as far as his health or his speed or anything like that. He's one of the best in the league. He's gonna be fine. So don't worry, guys. He put on some. He got his guns out now and everything. You see, he's been hitting the gym, and I think that he's still gonna be in tip top position at quarterback next year. Moving on to the next one, because they're about to have mini camp, the second, I believe the third installment of mini camp. We did have a no-show, and a lot of people are making a big fucking deal out of it, which really is nothing. First things first, these are volunteer mini camps, so let's stop. Okay, let's stop this. Terry McLaurin decided not to show up, and rightfully so. He deserved to get a new contract. You're not going to get anything out of me to say anything otherwise. Terry deserves this contract. He's been here throughout the bullshit. He's been here for the two name changes. He's been here throughout the bullshit that we had to deal with, the scandals, all this other stuff. And he's been putting up consistent numbers ever since. 5 straight 1,000-yard seasons. He was only 75 yards short of having it his rookie year, and he had no quarterbacks up until last year. Let's just call it what it is. The guy's a beast. He deserves to get paid. So I'm not gonna sit here and trip about it, because I know Adam Peters is probably gonna do the same thing like he did with Sam Cosmi last year, right before the training camp starts. He got him paid. So let's not worry about it. Terry's gonna be all right. He's gonna get paid. Do I think that he needs a blank check? No, I'm not gonna say that. Terry is a lot of things. He's great. He's awesome off the field as well as on the field. But I'm not willing to give him Ja'Marr Chase type money. Ja'Marr Chase type money is $40 million a year. We're not gonna have a blank check for him. No, we're gonna have a check for him. He's gonna be paid like an elite receiver. I believe he deserves that. And you're not gonna get an argument out of me. But I think he deserves, I wouldn't pay him anything less than $30 million and anything higher than 33. That's my limit for him. This way he'll still be a top elite paid receiver in this league. He'll be getting paid more than Brandon Ayuk, guys like Jalen Waddle. So, but yeah, and even getting paid, I would say even higher than Tyreek Hill. But to go ahead and say that he deserves $40 million, nah. Unless you're pulling out triple crowns out your ass, you ain't gonna get me to bitch about it. And to all those people who are acting real butthurt about this, I just got this to say to you.
Here's the pulse, all right? And this is your finger. Far from the pulse, jammed straight up your ass.
Shut the fuck up. Everything's fine. Terry's gonna get paid. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. So move on to the next thing. Pierre Garçon was on Up and Adams with Kay Adams this past week, and he was asked about Deebo Samuels, and he gave out one of the one thing that definitely I couldn't agree more with him. He said he reminds him of me. Pierre Garçon was one of those physical receivers who was just like, dude, like he's a beast. Run after the catch, he is just amazing. And I mean, let's keep it a buck. They're exact same. The only difference between the two of them is that Deebo actually ran the ball, and you get him out on the screen. Pierre was one of the best to ever do it. I mean, arguably, I'd put him in my top. I'd put him in my top 10 receivers for this for the franchise. Definitely up there. I in another show we'll talk about as far as like having, if I bring another guest on, we'll have that discussion as far as who's the top 5 receivers from this team of all time or whatever. I'm sure that's gonna be a great debate as far as who deserves it. But yeah, I found that was really cool. What's the name? It was really cool, and I couldn't agree with him more. I mean, Deebo and him are the same guy. Run after catch, they're just amazing when you put that ball in their hand. And that's gonna be it for our show. But before we go, I have to say this, guys. You guys have followed me since the beginning, and I want to say that I appreciate every single one of y'all. And with that being said, I want to give y'all a name. I thought about this for the last couple of days and everything, and I think the nickname that I should be calling you guys are the bench warmers. And if you guys feel like we should give you guys another name, be sure to leave it in the comments. I really value you guys as much as you value my opinion, and I'm glad that you're here for the ride. I really appreciate you guys, and I love every single one of y'all for it. I like the nickname, the bench warmers, for you guys. If you have any other ideas as far as what to call you guys, be sure to leave it in the comments, and we'll even have a poll up eventually if we get enough. Another thing that I also want to do, I want you guys to have fan questions. I'm gonna make sure that if we get enough questions for the week, I'll be sure to put it into the next one, and I'll answer your questions right on the show. But yeah, I want you guys to go ahead, either write it in the comments, or you can go onto my IG page at offthebench_HTTC, and we can go ahead and put it in the next episode. But guys, like we always do, please like, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification, so this way you can get all the brand new shows that come up. And as always, guys, left hand up. Who are we? The Commanders. Peace.
Yo, you made it to the end of Off the Bench. Be sure to like, share, subscribe. Man, look, it ain't gonna cost you that much. It ain't gonna cost you anything at all. Just press that like, that share, and subscribe. Help a brother out, man.